The current and actual president was in deep red Louisiana today, where he tried to sell voters on his massive infrastructure and jobs bill. He chose as his backdrop a 70-year-old bridge that federal transportation officials say is now 20 years beyond its projected lifespan.
Last 4 years, how many times did you say this is going to be infrastructure week? Well, I got so tired of hearing infrastructure week, nothing happened. I'm willing to hear ideas from both sides. I'm meeting with my Republican friends, and I'm ready to compromise. I'm not ready to do nothing. I'm not ready to have another period where America has another infrastructure month and doesn't change a damn thing.
Jonathan Lemire, everybody in southern Louisiana is all about the I-10. All of life moves east and west along the I-10. If you're from Lake Charles, people talk about that bridge. It is a huge part of the local conversation. I'm going to play for you the Republican mayor of Lake Charles, Louisiana today, talking about Biden's visit and his effort.
I joked today that I don't care if it's President Trump, President Biden, or President Kanye West. If they are here in Lake Charles and they can help us, I will be there to break bread with them and to try and accomplish some things. We have needed a new Interstate 10 bridge in this city for 30 years, and we've been talking about it for 30 years with Republican and Democratic presidents and Republican and Democratic governors, and we haven't gotten it done yet. And it's extremely frustrating. This quagmire, this polarization is very frustrating.
So, Jonathan, they need a bridge. Biden needs more elected officials like that in his corner, but Biden really needs votes in the Senate.
The choice of Lake Charles for the setting of today's venue, Brian, was extremely deliberate for a few reasons. First of all, yes, that bridge, which, as you said, is now 2 decades beyond its lifespan. Lake Charles also been battered by a series of major storms, major hurricanes in recent years. In fact, from Air Force One, as it landed there today, you plainly visible blue tarps on the roofs of buildings, of homes, and plywood on office buildings to cover the holes in the roofs and shattered glass because of these storms. And yes, that Republican mayor who's willing to work in a bipartisan fashion. And this is what the White House has been saying. They know to this point they haven't had any support on Capitol Hill, but they've been pointing to the mayors and governors from the GOP across the country who are supportive of the president's work, this infrastructure and jobs plan, which, of course, is even greater than that when you think about health care and the families part of it. And Republican voters, as we mentioned earlier, also tend in polling to suggest that they also support these plans. So it's a tricky balance here for the White House. On one hand, they have to keep a very disparate group of Democrats together. There's a long gulf between where AOC is, perhaps, and Senator Joe Manchin. They have to keep them together, and they have to show that they're trying to work in a bipartisan fashion as a reassuring signal to those moderate Democrats, to be sure, but also in a good faith effort to try to win some Republican votes. And McConnell and leadership are saying no, but the White House still, to this day, believes they might be able to pluck off a couple of as much of a long shot as that seems to be. And next week, those efforts begin in earnest as the president will be hosting a series of Republican lawmakers at the White House, including Republican leadership, House Leader McCarthy, and yes, Senate Minority Leader McConnell.
Hey, thanks for watching our YouTube channel. You should know that you can follow today's top stories and breaking news and catch up on your favorite MSNBC shows all in one place. Download the NBC News app today.